One of the things that has stuck with me that I think, I use the term sowed the seed of doubt, I'll see if you agree, is Secretary Benson's mailing out of all of these applications. You know, and my line is, Uncle Charlie, you know, got 10 applications and he's been dead for 20 years. That, I think, also added to that doubt that we're trying, I think, and I would assume you are too, is trying to appease everybody's fears.
So we're not finished. Even at this point, my committee is not finished digging into these things and looking through poll books and getting audits done and such. So nothing in here should say that we haven't drawn a definitive line that it's over. But so far, what we continue to find as we go through all of these is that these allegations are not backed up. Now, I will say, my conclusion from looking at this is that the unsolicited mailing of applications is one of the biggest vulnerabilities that we created into the system. And it's not something that we should allow to continue to happen. You and I both know people I received at my own home, many applications for people who no longer live there. And that's clearly a huge vulnerability, especially if they've moved out of state. But when we check the qualified voter file to see whether those people voted, we're not finding any significant amount of that happening at all. Sure. If we find any, even then it's less clear, like, well, was it a junior or senior mistake? Was it the third mistake? I mean, we find those. We went through hundreds of people who were allegedly dead and voted, and found that wasn't true about any of those on that list we had.
So we were talking about, you were saying that you saw that the lists of people that were dead really weren't.
Mm-hmm. Right, so we had this list of folks that were supposedly dead. We called them or found them online, checked in, made sure. Most of the time what had happened was they were a simple mix-up between juniors and seniors. We had situations where people had died after they submitted their absentee ballot, and that we found that the Secretary of State caught those, which, I mean, is a true credit to them for doing that kind of hard legwork. I think several thousand of those instances where somebody died after they turned in their ballot, and those were caught. So we continue to work on this and look into it, and I believe the unsolicited applications are a major vulnerability that need to be dealt with, but we're not finding the evidence that that was exploited.